Green Acres, a complete breakdown. Premise: Green Acres is a sitcom that follows Oliver Wendell Douglas, a wealthy Manhattan lawyer, as he fulfills his lifelong dream of becoming a farmer. Much to his socialite Hungarian wife Lisa's dismay, they leave their luxurious New York City penthouse to live on a dilapidated farm in the fictional rural community of Hooterville. The humor arises from the clash between the Douglases' sophisticated city ways and the bizarre, illogical, yet often endearing nature of Hooterville and its residents. Network and years aired. Network, CBS. Original run: September 15, 1965, April 27, 1971. Number of seasons: 6. Number of episodes: 170. Main characters: Oliver Wendell Douglas, played by Eddie Albert, a successful and somewhat stubborn lawyer who has always yearned to be a farmer. He buys a rundown farm sight unseen and is determined to make it a successful agricultural venture, despite his complete lack of farming knowledge and the constant absurdities of Hooterville. He often wears a suit and tie even while doing farm work, highlighting his fish-out-of-water status. Oliver frequently breaks the fourth wall, often looking directly at the camera with exasperation at the latest Hooterville antic. Lisa Douglas, played by Eva Gabor, Oliver's glamorous and pampered Hungarian wife. Lisa is completely unwilling to leave her comfortable city life and constantly longs for the luxuries of Manhattan. She is often seen in elaborate gowns and jewelry, even while doing housework on the farm. Despite her initial resistance, Lisa gradually adapts to Hooterville in her own unique way, often forming surprising friendships with the locals and their animals. She is known for her creative and often inedible cooking, her habit of feeding farm animals indoors, and her endearing misinterpretations of rural life and American idioms due to her thick Hungarian accent. Eb Dawson, played by Tom Lester, the young, good-natured but somewhat naive farmhand who comes with the property. Eb is devoted to the Douglases and eager to help, though his efforts are often misguided or add to the general chaos. He habitually calls Oliver Dad and Lisa Mom, much to Oliver's annoyance. E.B. is often involved in the strange goings-on of Hooterville and has a knack for stating the obvious in the most unhelpful way. Supporting characters: Mr. Eustace Haney, played by Pat Buttram, a sly, dishonest and opportunistic local salesman and con artist. He originally sold the Green Acres farm, formerly the old Haney place, to Oliver, and continues to profit from the Douglases by selling them dilapidated equipment, often taking back essential items like the kitchen sink and then renting or selling them back at inflated prices. Haney always seems to appear at the most inconvenient times, with a hand-painted sign advertising his latest dubious service or product. Fred Ziffel, played by Hank Patterson, an elderly, cantankerous and old-fashioned farmer who is Oliver's neighbor. Fred is set in his ways and often bewildered by Oliver's attempts at modern farming. Doris Ziffel, played by Barbara Pepper, and later by Fran Ryan, Fred's equally eccentric wife. Doris treats their pet pig, Arnold, as their son, much to Oliver's disbelief. Arnold Ziffel, played by a series of pigs, the Ziffel's intelligent pet pig who understands English, watches television, and often seems smarter than many of the human residents of Hooterville. The fact that the other characters treat Arnold's intelligence as perfectly normal is a key element of the show's absurdist humor. Sam Drucker, played by Frank Cady, the friendly and patient owner of the Hooterville General Store, post office, and soda fountain. Sam is a central figure in the community, and often acts as a straight man to the town's eccentricities, offering advice and a listening ear to the Douglases. Hank Kimball, played by Alvy Moore, the well-meaning but utterly incompetent and forgetful county agent. Hank's visits are often characterized by circular logic, non sequiturs, and his inability to remember the purpose of his visit or even who he is talking to. Ralph Monroe, played by Mary Grace Canfield, a strong, mannish carpenter who, along with her brother Alf, is often hired for various construction projects on the Douglas farm. Ralph is known for her unrequited crush on Oliver, and her enthusiastic but often clumsy approach to her work. She always introduces herself by stating her full name, including the fact that she is female. Alf Monroe, played by Sid Melton, Ralph's shorter, quieter and less competent brother and partner in the carpentry business. Alf often defers to Ralph and seems less enthusiastic about their work. Newt Kiley, played by K.A. Cooter, another Hooterville resident and farmer who occasionally interacts with the Douglases. Oliver's mother, played by Eleanor Audley in occasional appearances, a sophisticated and condescending New York City socialite, who disapproves of Oliver's move to the farm and often visits to express her disdain. Recurring gags and surrealism. The broken telephone. The Douglases' phone line is constantly malfunctioning or connected to strange places, often ending up on the top of the telephone pole. Lisa's cooking. Her attempts at American cuisine usually result in bizarre and inedible concoctions, often incorporating unusual ingredients. Indoor farm animals. Lisa frequently brings chickens, cows like Eleanor, and other farm animals into the house. The intelligence of Arnold the pig. The casual acceptance of Arnold's human-like intelligence by the other characters. Fourth wall breaks. Oliver's exasperated glances and direct comments to the audience. The theme song, the catchy theme song sung by Eddie Albert and Eva Gabor, often plays over absurd situations. Unconventional solutions to problems. The Hooterville residents often come up with illogical but somehow functional solutions to everyday issues. The Hooterville Cannonball, a dilapidated and unreliable train that serves the area, often driven by Charlie Pratt's Smiley Burnett, and conducted by Floyd Smoot Roof Davis, characters who also appeared in Petticoat Junction. Connection to other shows. Green Acres was created by Jay Summers, and produced by Filmways, the same company behind the Beverly Hillbillies and Petticoat Junction. It is considered part of the Hooterville universe, and there were occasional crossover episodes and character appearances between the three shows, solidifying their shared setting and continuity. Green Acres is remembered for its unique blend of rural sitcom tropes and surreal, almost absurdist humor. It satirized both the idealized vision of country life and the perceived sophistication of city dwellers, creating a comedic world that remains beloved by audiences today.